Let me start with a question that might punch you right in the curiosity. What if I told you that everything happening in AI right now, the hype, the panic, the overnight millionaires, the overnight wannabes, has happened before over and over for hundreds of years? Yeah, this AI madness? Not new, not unique, not special. Just the latest episode of a long-running show called Humans Losing Their Minds Over Opportunity. Welcome back to Success Operating Secrets S.O.S, the channel where we break down wealth, power, psychology, and success like your brutally honest big brother/sister who's tired of seeing you fall for the same traps the world keeps recycling. And today, we're diving deep into the AI bubble, not just what it is, but why every bubble in history led directly to this moment. Because trust me, AI didn't come out of nowhere. It came from a long bloodline of human greed, innovation, delusion, brilliance, chaos, stupidity, and pure gold rush fever. In this video, you're gonna learn. Fire why bubbles exist, fire why humans keep creating them, fire the madness behind Tulip Mania, .com boom, 2008 crash, crypto explosion, and how they connect, fire why the AI boom is following the same script, fire, and the success psychology winners use to profit while everyone else panics. And real quick, if you're into content that sharpens your brain, elevates your mindset, builds your wealth, and helps you operate like the smartest person in every room, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next drop. S.O.S is here to upgrade your mind, and trust me, you're going to want to stick around. Alright, let's get into the madness. Point 1. Humans love drama. Why bubbles exist. Let's start with the raw truth. Humans are emotional investors. Always have been. Always will be. We don't buy assets, we buy stories. We don't buy logic. We buy hope, hype, fear, and FOMO. We don't ask, does this make sense? We ask, is everyone else doing it? Then count me in. Every bubble in history starts with 3 ingredients. A new opportunity. A believable dream. A crowd terrified of being left behind. Bubbles are basically the adult version of high school chaos. One kid gets new shoes, suddenly the whole class thinks they need them, too. One influencer buys a crypto ape, suddenly people are taking out loans to buy monkey JPGs. One billionaire tweets, AI will change everything. Suddenly the internet acts like AI will cure heartbreak, build six-packs, and teach charisma. It's human nature to exaggerate the upside, ignore the downside, and assume the party will never end. But here's the secret winners understand. Bubbles aren't bad. Delusion is bad. A bubble simply means opportunity has arrived, and the clock is ticking. Point 2. The psychology of mania. Why we lose our minds. Let's break down the cycle. Every bubble starts with 1. The innovation stage. Something new appears. It's legit. It's promising. It's real. People are cautious at first. 2. The awareness stage. Results start showing. A few brave early adopters get rich or win early. People whisper, hey, this might be something. 3. The euphoria stage. IS. The part where humanity stops thinking and starts sprinting in circles. Everyone becomes an expert. Everyone thinks they're early. Everyone thinks the music will never stop. Your barber starts talking about stocks. Your uncle who failed basic math says he's a crypto analyst. Your neighbor who never built anything suddenly becomes an AI automation consultant. This phase is where people lose discipline, logic, and brain cells. 4. The panic stage. Reality returns. Markets correct. Hype cools. Weak hands shake. People cry. People rage. People blame everything except their own greed and poor judgment. 5. The stability and maturity stage. The innovation doesn't die. The hype does. The real players rise. This is where generational wealth is built. Winners don't fear bubbles. They study the psychology and position themselves correctly. Because once you understand human behavior, you see bubbles not as traps, but as opportunities. And history proves that. Point 3. Tulip Mania. The first recorded bubble and the birth of financial madness. Let's go back to the 1600s. Yes, the 1600s. The Netherlands. A peaceful little place full of windmills, wooden shoes, and spice traders. Then tulips showed up. And humans? We did what we do best. We lost our damn minds. Tulips became luxury flex items. One rare tulip bulb cost more than a mansion. People traded land, livestock, and their entire savings for flowers. Why? Because everyone else was doing it. Because prices were going up. Because dreams felt real. Sound familiar? Eventually, the bubble popped. People cried. Traders went broke. Economies shook. But the world learned a lesson. Hype can make anything look valuable, even petals. Tulip Mania was the first Western financial bubble, but absolutely not the last. It was just the warm-up act. Point 4. The dot-com boom. When the internet broke reality. Fast forward to the late 1990s. The internet arrives like a new god descending from the heavens. Everyone believed the same thing. The internet will change the world, so any company with .com in its name will make billions. Didn't matter if the company had no revenue, no product, no plan, no business model. They had a website? Boom. Instant valuation. Companies went public with nothing but a dream and a domain name. Investors threw money at anything online. People quit their jobs to trade tech stocks full-time. It was complete, beautiful, hilarious madness. And then, March 2000. The crash. Billions lost. Dreams shattered. Startups evaporated. But here's the twist most people forget. The bubble was stupid, but the innovation was real. The crash killed the hype, but the internet survived. And the mature internet created trillion-dollar companies. Amazon, Google, Facebook, YouTube, Netflix. The winners came after the bubble popped. Lesson? A bubble is a spotlight. It reveals where the future is headed, not how fast it will get there. Point 5. The 2008 financial crisis, when greed hit maximum overdrive. Now let's talk about 2008, the housing bubble. This one wasn't flowers or websites. This was real estate, the safest investment. Banks handed out loans like Oprah handed out free cars. You get a mortgage. You get a mortgage. Everyone gets a mortgage. People who couldn't afford rent were suddenly buying houses. Investors who didn't understand risk bought 10 houses each. Wall Street packaged toxic loans and sold them as AAA premium assets. It was like someone took a kindergarten-level sandbox and told adults it was a gold mine. Eventually, reality walked in. The bubble burst. The global economy went into cardiac arrest. Banks collapsed. Markets crashed. Pain everywhere. But again, the winners emerged. People who understood cycles. People who bought when everyone else panicked. People who recognized that bubbles don't destroy opportunity. They create discounted opportunity. It's always the same pattern. Always. Point 6. Crypto. The most volatile bubble of the modern era. Ah yes, crypto. The digital Wild West. The land of memes, millionaires, and mental breakdowns. Nothing represents modern hype like crypto. Bitcoin goes from $1,000 to $60,000. Random coins go 100x overnight. Celebrities promote tokens. Teenagers become millionaires. People sell their furniture to buy dips. Everyone screams, "Wag me." And then the crash hits. People cry. People vanish. Influencers delete tweets. Investors go quiet. Group chats turn into graveyards. But again, let's be honest. The technology is real. The innovation is real. The bubble? That's just the chaos stage of a new technology entering the world. Same story. New chapter. Point 7. The AI explosion. Why the world is losing its mind again. And now, here we are. The AI bubble. ChatGPT, Gemini, Midjourney, Claude, OpenAI, NVIDIA printing money like a divine printer from the heavens. Startups everywhere. Automation agencies everywhere. AI influencers everywhere. Everybody suddenly a prompt engineer. Investors throwing billions at anything that whispers the letters A and I in the same sentence. Sound familiar? It should. Because AI is following the exact same pattern as tulips.com, housing crypto. Except this time, the stakes are bigger. The speed is faster. The impact is global, and the potential is massive. But here's the twist. AI might be the biggest bubble and the biggest breakthrough ever. Because unlike tulips or speculative internet startups, AI is already delivering real value. People are automating work. Businesses are cutting costs. Creators are scaling output. Developers are building products in days. Entire industries are being reshaped. The bubble exists, but the technology is undeniable. AI is the first bubble in history where even during the bubble, the product actually works. That's why it's different. That's why it's bigger. That's why it's dangerous and profitable at the same time. Point 8. Why every bubble led us to AI. The grand pattern. Let me connect the dots for you. Tulip Mania taught the world about hype. The dot-com boom taught the world about technology. The housing bubble taught the world about leverage. Crypto taught the world about digital futures and decentralization. Every bubble trained humanity for the next level. Every collapse showed what not to do. Every mania revealed the psychology we still haven't mastered. AI is the final evolutionary step of all those lessons. Think about it. Tulips, people crave exclusivity.com, people crave innovation housing, people crave security and leverage crypto, people crave decentralization, and speed AI, people crave transformation, automation, and superpowers. AI is the intersection of all four. That's why it's exploding. Everything in history built the runway for AI to take off. Point 9. Success psychology. How winners move during bubbles. Now let's talk about you. Because understanding bubbles is cute. Profiting from them? That's the real skill. Here's how winners operate. 1. They don't panic during hype. While everyone else is screaming, "This is the future," winners ask, "What's real? What's noise?" 2. They don't panic during crashes. While everyone else cries, winners prepare. Winners buy discounted opportunities. Winners stay calm. 3. They study fundamentals, not feelings. Winners don't invest because of FOMO. Winners invest because something makes sense, has impact, and solves real problems. 4. They focus on skill, not speculation. Most people want to hit the jackpot. Winners want to build the machine that prints jackpots. 5. They use bubbles to move fast. Bubbles bring attention, money, momentum, early adopters, energy, chaos. Winners know chaos is a ladder, not a trap. 6. They don't try to time the bubble. Winners don't ask, "Is it the top? Is it the bottom?" Winners ask, "Where is the value? Where is the opportunity?" That mindset is why some people become millionaires during bubbles, while others go broke during the same bubble. Point 10. What you should do right now. Operating smart in the AI era. All right, let's bring it home. Here's the truth. AI is a bubble. AI is also the biggest wealth-building opportunity of our lifetime. Both can be true, and both are true. So what do you do now? 1. Use the tools. Don't fear them. AI isn't here to replace you. AI is here to replace the version of you that refuses to adapt. 2. Build skills around AI. Automation, prompting, workflow design, content creation, digital business, freelancing, consulting, productization. These are the skills that win. 3. Build with AI, not against it. The people who use AI will outpace the people who avoid AI every time. 4. Don't get sucked into hype. Not every AI project will win. Not every AI coin will moon. Not every AI startup will survive. But the technology? It's here to stay. 5. Prepare for the crash and the rise after the crash. Because yes, the hype will cool. And yes, the bubble will burst. And yes, the world will panic. But also yes, the golden era will follow. And those who prepared will thrive. Remember, the bubble is not the story. The evolution is. So here's the final takeaway I want tattooed on your mind. The AI bubble is not an accident. It is the result of centuries of human ambition, innovation, greed, dreams, and evolution. Every bubble before this shaped the way we think, invest, build, and believe. AI is not the end. It's the beginning of a new age. And whether you win or lose in this era depends on one thing. Your ability to operate with intelligence, discipline, confidence, and adaptability. You're either the person who gets swept up by bubbles or the person who uses bubbles to rise. Be the second one. If you want more content that sharpens your mindset, elevates your intelligence, and helps you operate like a winner in a world full of noise, subscribe to Success Operating Secrets S.O.S. And don't stop here. Go watch more videos from the channel so you can keep upgrading your operating system. Having said that, I'll see you in the next one.